Um, Hi Matsudan, hi Jamal. Good morning once again. So looks like very few people today. So I would like to give you a small introduction about the life cycle of RPA projects. So how the RPA is going to be developed. I mean, first tell me, can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. You can see my screen, I guess. Jamal, Jamal, I can hear a lot of disturbance from your end. So you can simply text them. You can send the message, no problem. You can type the message in chat box. Okay. Hope you can see my screen as well. Okay. I would like to introduce. I mean, I would like to explain few things, very few things. Anyway, I'm going to repeat the same life cycle again, once again. I would like to give you a small introduction and what are the phases that we are going to follow in RPA lifecycle. That's what I'm going to tell now. Okay, for any software development, there are some phases. I mean, in every software company or every team is going to follow some model, whatever the model you can say, software model, development model, to complete the entire project till the project session. I mean the project first day and the till the production, everything is pre-planned based on such models. Okay, in generally any, yeah, any software development life cycle having these phases, these five phases. These are the basic five phases I can say. Any software product or any software project plan includes all these phases. They will just write something like, okay, for requirement analysis, we need 2 days or 3 days of time. And for the design, we need maybe 3 days. And deployment, sorry, development, it will take maybe 3 weeks or 2 weeks. So in that way, they will plan it. Accordingly, they will make some project plans. Okay, coming to the RPA projects, and RPA projects also having all these phases. First, let me tell you the reason behind expanding this life cycle. Whenever you're going to attend any interview, they will ask you, the first question is tell me about yourself, and the second question is tell me about your projects which you have done in your previous company, and the third question will be from life cycle. What are the phases? I mean, what are the process that you guys are following, or what are the roles that you have played in the entire project life cycle? Okay, they will ask this question. It's the most common question, question in any interview. Like, what is the phases? What is the process that you guys follow for RPA? Okay, then you can simply say, okay, these are the steps that my company is following, and yeah, wherever you are involved, I involved in requirements, or I involved in development, or I involved in testing, or I involved in deploying the code production live environment. So you can tell your roles, you can explain your roles based on the life cycle. I mean, whatever the things that you aware of out of these five, you can explain. So that's why I wanted to take you through this life cycle. Okay, first of all, to develop a code, I mean, before coming to a developer, two phases are there. That is one, first phase is requirements, and second one is design. Requirement phase is nothing but we are going to collect our development requirements. To develop a code, what are the things that you need? I need a system, I need a desktop, I need a laptop. You just have to specify the things. Coming in requirements, we have two requirements. First one is software requirements, and the second one is hardware requirements. Coming to the hardware requirement, it is nothing. Hardware requirements are nothing but your physical system machine. So it may be desktop or it may be laptop, whatever. It may be server, whatever. Based on the requirement, you can choose it. Okay, simply I'm just going to automate some web application and simply desktop application. Then we can go with a normal desktop. In this hardware requirement, what you have to mention, I need a system with the RAM so and so size. I need a processor which is having 2.3 gigahertz speed. I need operating system again goes under software requirements. So these you need a monitor which is having high resolution or whatever. So you have to specify the hardware requirements according to your tool. It's not about entire project. It's not about the operations guys team. Operations guys whatever they are doing. These requirements we will provide the requirements our based on our project. Sorry, based on our development environment actually. Okay, here what are the things that we need? We will give the we need automation anywhere software. So my software requires 4 GB RAM or 8 GB RAM or 12 GB RAM. You have to specify that. My automation is required Windows 7 operating system, so we will ask Windows 7 operating system. My automation anyway requires 2.3 gigahertz processor speed or 3.2 or something recommended one. So all these hardware requirements which we are going to specify in RPA development lifecycle, those are belongs to RPA, but not the operation guys. Operation guys means the people who are already working on a particular process, the process which we are going to be automated, which we are going to be automating that. So we will automate a process. Before automation, some people are working on project. So if those people having any specific requirements, we will include them as well. We will include them as well. So this is how we are going to gather the hardware requirements. Let's consider our operation guys are using some, they are accessing some server. They need high configuration system. So we have to include all the high configurations in our requirements, hardware requirements. Okay, coming to the software requirements, whenever they ask you like software requirements, then we will specify, okay, I need automation anywhere, so and so version. So you will just mention software requirement. That is your software requirement. RPA needs automation anywhere software and Windows 7. For automation anywhere, we need Windows 7. That's it. We will specify these two. You may have a doubt. Okay, you just mentioned only two things like operating system and operating system and automation anywhere. Only two softwares. You mentioned only two softwares, but that operation guys are having Excel operations, or they are using Outlook, or they are using some other desktop applications like SAP. Why didn't you mention them? Those are also software requirements, right? When I'm saying these requirements are from RPA end. These requirements are from RPA end. So whenever you are specifying software, just you will give your requirements, and some other people are there. Your team lead or some other LDT team or cost analysis team. Those people also collect some other softwares as well. Some other software requirements from the ops team. They need Excel, which version? They will consider that. They will. They need SAP. Okay, tell me which one. It's a 720 or 730 or something. They are using Outlook. Which version? MS Office. Which version? Any client required? Any client required plugins? or client required desktop applications. We will collect all of them. I mean, we are not going to do that. Okay, this software requirements phase will have all these requirement gathering from the ops team and the RPA team. RPA team, we need only two things, that is operating system and automation anywhere. And coming to the operations guys, whatever the softwares that they are working, we need all of them in a system. So everything will be everything will be joined and they will prepare one document. I'll tell you who will prepare that document. I'll tell you. Okay. So in requirement phase, we have to tell them I need a system with so and so RAM, so and so hard disk, so and so process speed, and so operating system, and so and so version of automation anywhere. So we will specify all of them. That is requirement phase. Okay. And also these things are, I mean, these things we can use all these things for, I mean, if we got all these things, the system is ready for development. For development, what else we need? What else we need? We need inputs from the operations team, like what you have to start. I mean, where you have to start the process, how you have to follow the steps. What are the steps involved in that particular process? How to use SAP, or how to log in, how to get the tables, and how to download the, I mean, export the reports, and how to perform operations, and all this process has to be received, right? Without having the process, how can you develop a process? So in this requirement phase itself, we will ask, RPA team is going to ask operations guys to send the step-by-step procedural document. Okay, usually we call it as BRD, business required document, or um, process design document. Process design document, or BRD, business required document. So it will contain all the step by step, all the steps along with the screenshots. Okay, if I click on a single button, I'm going to open some, I mean, that application will open some other window. So they have to take the screenshot of the new window and the previous window as well. Okay, they will take the screenshot and paste in a Word document, and they will say, they will write some comment like, you have to click on so and so button. Okay, next you will get the window. That they will take one more screenshot and they will paste, and they will write some instruction what are the things that you have to do on that particular window. So I mean, our RPA team requires that BRD document, a valid BRD document which will have all the scenarios, all the exceptions, all the error messages, all the steps, all the keyboard shortcuts, all the screenshots. So we will receive all of them, and after getting that, we will review it, and we'll go for the next phase, that is design. Okay, next phase is design. In design, what will happen? They will, I mean, that this is actually, this phase will be done by solution architect, or tech architect, or team lead, or project lead. What that guy will do, they will review the entire document. They will study the workflow. I mean, from which application to which application we have to move. What are the operations that we have to do in that particular application? So all these things, they will review it. Based on the project size, they will divide into modules. Means that modules is for development convenience purpose. Okay, we have very huge project. That guy is going to divide into 10 modules, and that guy will assign to programmers like, okay, these modules has to be done by this particular guy, and this module, so and so modules has to be done by the some other guy. He has to take care about the entire modules, and after completion of all modules, again they will integrate it. While integration, that guy again come into picture, and he will cross check with the solution document, whether all the modules are connected properly or not. Okay, in design phase, what he will do, he will take the process design document and he will prepare one solution design document. Okay, solution design document will have all the modules, or all the, I mean, modules design, and also the flow of the modules. I mean, how they are connecting and how they are communicating each other. Everything will be specified in the solution document. So the next phase development, before coming to the next phase, we have to have the BRDs and the solution design document as well. Obviously, environment is nothing but desktop and the work environment. What are the applications that we are going to use and all. Okay, these three things has to be ready: BRD, solution document, and also finally environment. If all these things are ready, once the modules are assigned, then the development phase is going to start. Okay, it's going to be started. So each and every programmer will start the modules and they will finish it. They will program each and every module, and after completion of that they will integrate all the modules. Okay, they will integrate all the modules. It must be, yeah, integrate all the modules. So, and they will start, I mean, they will take few test cases, like maybe we will receive the test data from the ops team, and maybe 10 records or 30 records. Just we will simply run the process and leave it off. We will simply run it and leave it off, and then we will check the final report whether that is working fine or not. Okay, just we will run the bot and we will leave it off, and bot will generate a report. Based on that report, we will cross check with ops team data. So they will cross check. If that is matching, then they will say, okay, testing is fine, everything is going good, and we can go for regressive testing. I mean, we can go for, I mean, n number of test cases, or we can go for live testing on live data. So if anything is wrong, then they will research it. Okay, this is the case where robot is failing. They will give you the scenario. So based on that scenario, again you will go to development phase and you will check the error and you will trace out what is the causes of it, and you will rectify it, and then again we will go for testing and we will check them again. So if everything is going good, then we are good to go for live data testing. So they will keep that phase like maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks. They just wanted to check this stabilized code in RPA. I mean, operation team will check whether the code is stabilized or not. If the code is stabilized and working 100% perfect and it is working perfectly, then what they will do, they will just simply give a sign, green flag to push the code to production. So production is nothing but live environment. Whenever you are pushing the code to live, you have to prepare one more document, is nothing but delivery document, which will have all the setup. I mean, if somebody wants to if somebody wants to configure a robot, okay, configure a robot. While deploying at the initial stage, you are a RPA developer who are responsible to push the code into live environment for the first time. That is fine. And whenever they wanted to install second robot for the same process, then you may not available for that. So for that, what you have to do, you have to prepare a deployment document, which is like, okay, we have to download the files into so and so folder, like D drive, some downloads or process related folder. Just in that folder path, you have to specify in that delivery document. And you have to specify what are the softwares that they are using, what are the variables that you are using, I mean, URLs. You have to prepare the delivery document. Okay, the delivery document should be like, whenever some operation guy reads the delivery document, he should be in a stage like he can establish or configure a bot himself. Your delivery document should be like that. Okay, whenever you say are you involved in deployment of the code, deployment of the project, then the interviewer will ask you what are the things that you have done while deploying the code. What are the difficulties that you have faced in the deploying the code? Yeah, environment issues, versions are not matching. So you can specify such kind of stuff, and also you have to tell like when I deploying the code, I prepare one um, delivery document which is having all the steps to configure a bot. So this is the life cycle of RPA project. Okay, this is completely for development. Do you think do you think we have any other steps before the requirements phase? When I started requirement phase, I was saying like, what are the requirements that you need? I need input from the operations team. I need so and so hardware. I need so and so softwares in my machine. Before that, we should have something, right? Who will give you the project? Okay, each and every company, I mean, most of the MNCs will have a separate cost analysis team. Their job is to reduce the investment cost. Their job is to reduce the investment cost. What they are going to do is they will go to each and every client process, and they will check whether something can be automated or not. Okay, they will check whether something can be automated or not. They will find the process, they will get all the things from the process, and what they will do, they will call one RPA expert who knows multiple tools, or who is expert in RPA. They will call a guy, and that cost analysis team will ask RPA guy to go to that particular process and observe each and every step for that process. That operations team, one expert will explain each and every step of that particular process, and he will check entire operations. After checking entire operations, what will happen? He will check whether this that particular step, I mean, some free text is there, some images validation is there. So he will consider all the limitations of our RPA, and he will tell, okay, this can be done, this cannot be done. Okay, this particular step is roadblock for us. He will give his feedback to cost analysis team. So if everything is good and it can be automated, I mean it is 100%, then the cost analysis team will get the approval from the operations team, and they will give us the project. This thing will happen before the requirement phase. Okay, at backend, some other team is going to take care about the projects, and they will check the process, and they will ask RPA team, R team, to check the process whether it is I mean whether this can be automated or not. So this is the thing which will happen before this life cycle. Any questions, guys? Madhusudan, any questions? Jamal, your voice is breaking actually. I cannot hear anything. If you have any questions, you can directly type in the chat box, no problem. Thank you, Madhu. You are talking about which document? It's not like ROI, return on investment. They will not check the ROI. I mean, we are not, RPA is not responsible for that. The cost analysis team will check the cost and how much we have to spend for the development. They will check like what is the license cost of what is the license cost RPA. I mean automation anywhere. And if we automate this process, how many employees can be reduced and how much we are paying to that particular employees. So they will calculate all the stuff and they will take care about the cost kind of stuff. RPA developers or RPA team is not going to involve in any costing. The only thing is team leader or project leader, some higher managers, senior managers, they will take care about the cost, the which the cost belongs to RPA charge, like how much we are going to charge for that particular project, how many programmers are going to work on that particular project. So based on this, they will decide the cost of RPA development. And process cost and return on investment and everything was taken care by, I mean everything will be taken care by the cost analysis team. They will calculate all of them. Okay, if I automate a single process, 3 employees can be, I mean we can reduce 3 employees effort, and they will calculate how much we are paying for that 3 employees, how much investment cost, like what is the time, how much time RPA is going to develop, I mean what is the time RPA team is going to take to develop the complete the process, and how much we have to spend for RPA development cost, how much we have to spend for license, how many systems we have to provide for that particular process. They will calculate all of them and they will prepare themselves. Anyway, RPA developers are not going to get this kind of cost return on investment documents. The documents which I specified in this phase are completely completely for development. That's it. Yep. Any more questions, guys? Actually, I have actually I wanted to show a small process how automation anywhere is going to run. Did I show you this task, Madhusudan? Okay, I'm opening automation anywhere. Client is a client environment, which is developer studio, we can say in terms of. Okay, I would like to show you a small process which will pick data from the Excel file and it will paste in a website and it will fit, I mean it will extract the data. Okay, yesterday I have shown, I guess. Jamal, you were there in yesterday's class? Okay, I'm just running a bot. I'm not executing anything. I'm just clicked on run. Now the bot is taking care about the rest. Okay, this process is like, getting fetching the data from the Excel file. You can see Excel open, right, in the taskbar. And it is opening one website. In that website itself, we have some controls like drop down box and text box and button is there. So it is going to fill all the details and click on verify and it will fetch the data from this website, like date when requested. You can see that is the third, yeah, third one, name, and this is the name and address and consolation number. So it is fetching the data, it is extracting the data from the web page. So this will run for each and every record in our Excel file. So this is how, I mean, in future, even if you develop any process, that process will run like this only. You will just trigger that one. I mean, you will click on run, or you will schedule it. Based on the schedule, it will run the process. Yeah, I'm not doing anything. The robot itself, it is taking care about the execution. Anyways, I will explain the same process if I got the new people. Maybe tomorrow. Actually, we are waiting for three more guys. Maybe some personal reasons they haven't. Okay. Anyway, I will explain the life cycle once again, and then after we will go to automation anywhere architecture. Okay, life cycle. Then after automation anywhere architecture. After completion of architecture, I will start the um, code, our coding. That is our main course. Okay, this is it for today. And still the robo is running. Yeah, done. Yes, it is. I mean, it has executed for 4 rows. It was fetching these two variables and pasting them on the web page. Yeah, these two and this one, and clicking on a button and fetching the data from the rest. That is a small piece of code. Okay, guys, you can ask me if you have any questions, or if you don't have any questions, then what is the future of this tool? Okay, robotics. You know, RPA is having very good scope actually. It's not about the tool. It's not about other tool. It's not about automation anywhere. It's not about the UiPath. It's not about the Blue Prism. Overall, RPA is having very good life. Why? Because as long as the business is there, RPA exists. Okay, RPA is going to provide the solutions for business process management. Actually, banking projects are there. Let me give you a small example. Like previously, whenever you wanted to add one beneficiary in your HDFC account, internet banking account, when you add a beneficiary, they used to take 24 hours time or 40 hours time to add a beneficiary to your account. They will make all the verifications at their end, and if IFSC code, name, and account number, if everything is matching, then they will approve it. They will add. They will give approval to add that account to your profile, beneficiary account. But nowadays, what is happening? If you are trying to add a beneficiary, they will ask you around 1 to 2 hours. That is the maximum. How it was happen? Just because of RPA. So that is a very small and very you can say it's a particle, very small particle in banking industry. It's that process. They just made it automation. So we have hell lot of projects. We have hell number of businesses in market. So every business wants to reduce their investment. So RPA is like, we can investment at once on particular process, and we can use like anything, anywhere, and number of bots, all the bots instantly production. Just imagine one time investment and you are going to save millions of dollars. RPA developer is going to save millions of dollars to the client, business client. So that's why, that is only the reason entire market is fond of RPA developers. We wanted to do something automation. We want to do something automation. Why? They wanted to save a lot of investment. They wanted to increase the productivity with low investment. So alternative solution is our automation. Sometimes the client, a very big MNC is there, that MNC is having multiple clients. If some client wants to go out from that, and they will ask to reduce the cost, okay, I'm going to reduce the cost, please be with us. That MNC will talk to client like, I'm going to reduce the cost, I'll give you 10% discount in your pay. Here what is happening, we are reducing the cost, the company is reducing the cost, but not the volume. So the company has to spend the same amount of time on, same amount of time and same amount of employees, same amount of money it has to spend, but still it is reducing the income. So they are, you know, it is going to, it is burden for the MNC. What they will do? Okay, we are reducing the cost from the client. Fine, we will implement the bots instead of humans. So bot can work for 24 hours. One human is going to work for 8 hours per day. So absolutely the scope of RPA is very, very high. We have the huge requirement. We have huge requirement for RPA. Jamal, did you got my, you got my answer? Yep. Thank you. Every RPA tool is licensed, right? Yes, but presently companies are looking for open source tools. Then why companies are prefer RPA? Okay. Okay. Madhu, just to answer your question, in RPA is a platform, okay, where we can automate it, and there is no, we can automate the process. There is no alternative for RPA, but the thing is, RPA is a platform or RPA is a technology. I'm not talking about the tool. Here, RPA is platform. I didn't start the tool yet. I'm talking about automation anywhere. Okay, I'm telling you, in market we have few open source tools, but still guys are looking for license. Why? Let me give you an example. um, we have Linux operating system, okay, it is open source. It is open source. Red Hat is a networking, it is a server license, server operating system provider, which is enterprise, which is providing enterprise editions. Still Linux is open source, right? Everyone can download and they can modify and they can use it, but still they are making customize and they are selling it. How they got in the market? Whenever you are taking a license, professional license, then you can expect some guarantee from them in quality of service. And whenever you got some problem, you can directly contact those people. I have purchased your license, so I'm facing so and so problem. You have to solve it like anything, just within hours you have to solve it. If you take open sources, can you ask like that? Absolutely not. Even if they're making open sources, companies are not going to prefer open source. Again, they will, open source companies also providing two kind of stuff. One is open source free software and the other one is license. If you wanted to purchase license, you can purchase from the same company, so you will get this quick response from them. If you pay more, you will get quick response, and it is your right to ask. And if something is happening, okay, you downloaded one open source tool and you implemented your process. If that tool is leaking your data outside, then who is responsible? If you take license, what will happen? You have a right to ask any questions to that company. That's why the software industry, even if don't you don't you think that every software company can install duplicate operating systems? Of course we can. They can. but still they don't. Why? They will purchase. Whenever they got any problem, directly they will contact the guys and they will ask, this is the thing happening. And the other thing, apart from the communication and the relation with the company, they will think about stabilized codes, stabilized tools. The open source tools are not yet stabilized, and few options are not available over there. But these licensed versions, these tools like Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, UiPath, these three tools are major tools in RPA platform. These three are licensed versions. We have to purchase it, and these are currently these are um, stable tools. They are providing high end options. Like you wanted to automate a process which is where I cannot capture the objects. I wanted to do Citrix environment based on images. I wanted to do that. Yes, in open source there may be less interaction, or that is not stabilized, or they may not be supporting. There is a chance. That's why this industry is not going to looking for open source tools. They will look for the lesser cost tools. That's it. When the competition is going up a high, absolutely those guys will reduce the license cost. For now, these three tools are having most, I mean, very competitive. I mean, these three are like very competitive. They're in the market. They're running like anything. The race is going on between all these three. But still, Blue Prism is very high end, high cost, and UiPath is very less cost when compared to Automation Anywhere. Automation Anywhere and UiPath are almost near, like maybe $500 maybe difference. You got that answer, Madhusudan? You understood? Any more questions, guys?